On a dark and silent night, Ben, an old truck driver, embarked on a long journey. Rain was pouring, and the fog was so dense that it made the windshield nearly invisible. Ben tightly gripped the steering wheel, but there was a sense of unease within him. He was navigating through a desolate road, with no lights around. There were only the truck's headlights and the sound of raindrops hitting the windows. He couldn't see where the road was leading, but he had to make the delivery on time. Suddenly, something unexpected emerged from behind the curtain of fog in front of his truck. A large, dark shadow abruptly covered the road. Ben slammed on the brakes, bringing the truck to a screeching halt. As he rubbed his eyes and peered carefully, he couldn't discern what this shadow was. Inside the truck, silence prevailed, and the rain's intensity had increased. However, a few seconds later, the shadow became more defined. It was a long-legged creature. Its body was shrouded in darkness, and it was chilling the air around the truck involuntarily. Ben held his breath in terror. Its eyes were the eyes of the creature, but they had the gaze of a demon, not a human. The creature stopped by the side of the truck and pulled down the window. Behind the glass, they locked eyes. His eyes were filled with fear, and his lips trembled. The creature spoke in a cold voice. "I was instructed to make you drive fast, but there's a price you must pay for speed." Ben, paralyzed by fear, asked, "What do you want?" With a sinister smile, the creature replied, "I want your soul." Ben was shocked by the proposition. The creature realized what it had offered and continued, "You can either give me your soul, or you'll be lost on this road forever." The truck driver stood at the brink of a difficult decision. Getting lost on the road meant failing to make the delivery, potentially costing him his job. But losing his soul was a terrifying prospect. He was drenched in sweat. Ultimately, Ben reluctantly agreed. The creature with long legs entered the truck and extended its hands. Suddenly, Ben's body grew cold, and he felt empty. He slowly regained control of the truck and continued down the road. However, from that moment on, Ben began to feel different. He felt as if he had lost his soul, like an empty shell. There was a void inside him. He found the road at last and made his delivery, but he was no longer the same person. Ben couldn't share the terrifying and otherworldly experience he had that night with anyone. He had learned the dreadful price of getting lost on the road. The truck was no longer just a vehicle for him. It was a haunting memory of losing his soul. Nighttime journeys would never be the same for him again.